Good afternoon, class, and welcome to our presentation about our champion company, Novartis. So about Novartis. Novartis is a leading global pharmaceutical and healthcare company founded in 1996. It has a diverse range of therapeutic areas including oncology, cardiovascular, immunology, neuroscience, and more. Novartis has a presence in over 150 countries, providing access to medicines worldwide. It's a strong emphasis on sustainability and corporate social responsibility, thus making a positive impact on society and the environment. So why do you choose Novartis as our champion company? Well, it's consistently ranked in the global top 5. It's one of the largest pharmaceutical companies in the world and fourth largest by revenue in 2022. And most importantly, it's ranked 5th on the global D&I index. Now I'll be passing off to Basil, which will be talking more about Novartis' initiative.
Thank you again. Now I'm going to be talking about Novartis initiative, pay equity. Before I start, let's have a general understanding of pay equity. What is pay equity? So pay equity is the legal concept that equal work deserves equal pay, regardless of an employee's race, gender, ethnicity, age, religion, or other non-job related factors. But there are also other words that have similar meaning to pay equity, like pay equality as well as gender equality. So what is pay equality? Pay equality refers to ensuring that everyone is paid the same regardless of their performance or qualification, whereas gender equality refers to the provision of fairness and justice in the distribution of benefits and responsibilities between women, men, and all gender itself. So now I'm going to be going through Novartis pay equity in depth. So like I said, pay equity is the legal concept that equal work deserves equal pay. Novartis first implemented this in September 2018 when they pledged with Equal Pay International Coalition, an initiative to reduce gender pay gap as well as to make pay equity a reality across all countries. They do this to reduce biases in the workplace and avoid sexual discrimination, as well as gender balance. They implement pay equity policies, like their transparency policies, as well as treating new hirees the same as existing employees. So as you can see here, we have statistics of Novartis initiative. So Novartis has a global median pay gap of negative 3% and a global mean pay gap of 3.1%. When comparing to the European Union mean pay gap of 13%, you can see that Novartis has a significantly lower mean pay gap as compared to the European Union. This shows that Novartis initiative is effective in making the mean pay gap lower than the European Union. Now I'll pass the time to Joel.
Thank you, Basil. Now, moving on to comparing initiatives with other companies. First, comparing gender equity. Novartis, our chosen company, aims to equalize the number of both men and women working in the company. Merck, another pharmaceutical company, aims to ensure women hold at least 30% of senior roles in the near term, while not maintaining an equal divide of genders for all staff jobs overall. In conclusion, Novartis strives to equalize the number of workers for both genders, whereas Merck strives to equalize only the corporate leadership gender gap and not maintain gender equity overall. Next, comparing pay equity. Novartis aims to equalize the number of women working in higher positions with the number of men working higher positions. Roche, another pharmaceutical company, focuses on having a higher percentage of women working in executive positions in hopes of decreasing the mean pay gap. In conclusion, Novartis strives for equity for both genders in the company, while Roche gives women more opportunities for high-paying jobs. The last comparison also covers pay equity. Novartis aims to equalize pay for both genders by implementing official international policies focusing on gender equity to equalize the mean pay gap for both genders. GSK, another pharmaceutical company, publishes reports, conducts reviews, and provides guidance and support to ensure pay equity. In conclusion, Novartis strives more for pay equity as it has official plans to improve equity, whereas GSK is limited to reviews and reports, having no specific plans to further improve the pay equity gap. Next, Changla will be talking more about the main benefits of Novartis initiative.
Joel for sharing some information about this. So, what are some of the benefits from Novartis' initiative? Novartis initiative attracts diverse and talented candidates to the company, thus increasing work diversity and establishing a racial quota. It boosts the company's reputation through transparency and integrity, making Novartis a trustworthy company. Bias is also lessened in the workplace, promoting self-empowerment and productivity. The initiative helps in identifying disparities in pay and supports equal compensation, thus maintaining social responsibility. Last but not least, the initiative reduces turnovers and increases commitment rates. I will now share about how Novartis is noteworthy to us. Novartis initiative is noteworthy to us because of its global leadership can positively influence companies in Singapore, help effective strategies and align their goals with stakeholders and organizations. Local companies benefit from following Novartis' direction by attaining a competitive edge, reducing turnover rates, and enhancing employee facilities and benefits. Fair pay and elimination of wage discrimination creates trust and fulfillment among employees, resulting in higher morale, confidence, and sociability. Gender equality improves with increased accountability and mutual support, leading to reduced workloads and a self-empowered workforce. In Novartis, statistics show that women makes up 51% of the workforce. It also has a global mean pay gap of 3.1%. Furthermore, Novartis has proven that through their pay equity initiative, everyone in the workforce are paid equally and fairly. In conclusion, we have shared about some facts about Novartis' pay equity, its initiatives, and the noteworthiness of the company. Now I have Joseph to share more on Company X.
Thank you, Changla. Now we'll be talking about ways we can implement diversity and inclusivity into Company X. For context, we are working with Company X as diversity officers. Company X is a 5-year-old small to medium-sized enterprise, which is based in Singapore. The staff strength of Company X is expected to grow to 250 in 2 years. The existing strategies of Company X to improve diversity and inclusivity are limited to their staff attending awareness programs and bonding activities. We have come up with an initiative to promote inclusivity for Company X. The initiative will be inclusive leadership. What does inclusive leadership mean? It means the capacity to manage and lead a diverse or heterogeneous group of people efficiently, while respecting their uniqueness empathetically and in a bias-free way. How does our initiative promote inclusivity for Company X? Firstly, it helps the staff embrace their different pros and cons without having to be embarrassed or ashamed. Secondly, it promotes a safe environment for all employees so they can feel a sense of security and assurance. Thirdly, it gives each and every employee a chance to shine with equal spotlight to show off their leadership abilities. Also, it encourages constructive debates for the company, which offers positive and balanced feedback. Lastly, it helps all employees set the groundwork to help and support one another. We hope that this initiative will allow the employees of Company X to be more inclusive with the people around them who they work with, all in all to create a harmonious and inclusive environment for everyone in Company X. Now, I'll be passing on to Yongjin to discuss the policy that we have decided on to improve inclusivity in Company X.
Thank you, Joseph, for the time. To better Company X, we would like to introduce the anti-discrimination policy. The objective of this policy is to ensure fair and equal treatment for all. In the policy, we offer equal opportunity to all employees like education and benefits regardless of race, gender, and physical disabilities. As a company, we'll make our decisions without any kind of discrimination, prejudice, and biasness. We will also have a dedicated team to attend to employees' complaints and will take appropriate actions against the issue. We will take on Mastercard's pay equity and pay gap policy. Mastercard engages third-party analysts to help examine and track down any pay disparity amongst gender and race. If an issue is found, appropriate responsive actions will be taken and compensation will be given to the victim. Mastercard also provides many channels such as Ethics Helpline, Employee Relations Team, and the Law Department to allow employees to voice out their unhappiness and concerns. Here are the stats for Mastercard's pay equity and pay gap based on September 2022 report. Women employees earn $1 for every $1 men employees earn globally. The median pay for women employees globally is 94% of the median for men employees. Similarly, people of color earns $1 for every $1 earned by white employees. The median pay for people of color is 93.2% of the median pay for white employees. So you must be thinking, how is it relevant to Company X? Well, Company X has only been active for 5 years, hence we may struggle to collectively grasp our full potential and ideally adapt to the changing industry. Hence, inferring from Mastercard's policy, strategies to promote pay equity, extension to employees' pain points and needs, with many partnerships with third parties, increase homogeneity, engagement, and productivity, enhance self-empowerment, self-fulfillment, bias awareness, leverage accountability on self, reinforcing innovativeness and cultural anatomy of high talent influx for long-term consistency. Now I will pass on to Aiken for the next part.
Thank you, Yongjin. So up next, our solution to promote diversity for Company X. So this is our suggested solution, diversifying the workplace. So what does it exactly entail? Well, it's a policy to promote diversity as a form of formal and structured set of guidelines and strategies implemented by an organization to actively encourage and support a diverse workforce. Our strategies for diversifying the workplace. So how do you plan to implement recruitment and hiring practices? Firstly, we'll broaden sourcing channels using a variety of platforms, networks, and job boards to reach a diverse pool of candidates. Next, we'll have unbiased job descriptions, ensuring that job descriptions are free of unbiased language and requirements that might discourage underrepresented candidates from applying. Next, we have diverse interview panels. Include individuals from different backgrounds in the interview process to minimize biasness and ensure fair evaluations. Lastly, structure interviews. Implement standardized interview questions and evaluation criteria to reduce subjectivity. So next, employee resource groups. By establishing ERGs based on different dimensions of diversity to provide a supportive space for underrepresented employees. Next, education and awareness. We'll roll out education programs by offering workshops, seminars, and talks that raise awareness about diversity and foster a more diverse mindset among employees. Lastly is flexible work arrangements. By offering remote work or flexible scheduling to accommodate employees' diverse needs, such as caregiving responsibilities or geographic constraints. The outcome of these initiatives, along with these strategies, will make Company X as a whole be more diverse in their thinking and actions, and making the work environment a better place. Next will be Eugene Wei, who will be talking more about policies to promote diversity.
Thank you, Aiken. Here we have this policy to promote diversity. It is broken down into, first, inclusive job postings, where job description normalizes inclusive language. Through marketing material, imagery, and emails, this appeals to a diverse range of candidates. Number 2, outline objectivized goals and targets. This will help to identify and commit to the diversity goals, culture, and values. Number 3, training our recruiters and hiring managers. This will recognize and mitigate unconscious biases during screening. This is done through a structured interview process where defined expectations and questions are developed. This will standardize questions, strategies, and scoring. Number 4, diverse interview panels that's representative of the company's goals. These include varying backgrounds and levels within the company to involve varying orientations and opinions. Number 5, diverse sorting channels to a diverse range of candidates. This is done through job boards, social media, blogs, advertisements, and webinars. This is to establish connections with the representative and the underrepresented communities. Number 5. Now next, an example that Microsoft has spoken upon is through this policy called EEO. This is where it provides reasonable accommodations to employees with disabilities as mandated by laws and regulations. It maintains a discrimination-free environment where all employees are respected, free of any human characteristic. This applies to employment, training, compensation, promotion, and social programs. Microsoft has proactively maintained this inclusive index to focus on the following sentiments in employee signals. I feel included in my team. I understand what's expected of me on a daily basis to improve diversity and inclusiveness in Microsoft. Now, D&I. This D&I in Microsoft has reached an arguably admirable score of 82, the top 1% for both men and women, and the lowest being 78. This is an almost insignificant difference of 4, stating that the company has been successful. Now let's talk about relevancy. As Company X only settled for 5 years, there's no indication of any pre-recruitment policies of constant renewal. It is assumed that the company has potential struggles with planning, management, strategy building, and conflicts. Thus, this policy has been boosted international recognition and maximized adaptability, maintaining and uplifting staff morale by appreciating them seamlessly so that they can reach their staff potential, streamlining neutrality, transparency, and respect in conversations to allow trustworthiness, rapid, and wise decision-making to be built with customers so that there's more engagement. Next, it also upholds work-life balance to increase optimal and satisfaction rates. This allows team foundation dynamics and parity establishing. Now, let's talk about relevancy. As Company X only settled for 5 years, and there is no indication of any pre-recruitment policies of constant renewal, it is assumed that the company has potential struggles with planning, management, strategy buildings, and mutual conflicts. This policy has operationalized to boost international recognition and maximize adaptability. This also helped to maintain and strengthen staff morale by appreciating and rewarding them seamlessly so that they can reach their staff potential. It also helped to streamline neutrality, transparency, and respect to allow trustworthiness, rapid, and wise decision-making to be built with customers to increase their engagement. This also upholds a work-life balance to allow optimal satisfaction and commitment rates, foundational dynamics, and parity establishing. This will equalize skills and position opportunities and help to reduce discrimination among groups. Lastly, it also helped to widen the scope of skills like spontaneous and deliberate creativity for potential company expansions. Thus, it is utterly relevant to Company X.
We have come to the conclusion. We have thought about context of Company X, the initiatives we propose, how it's inclusive, how it's diverse, and how are all these initiatives relevant to Company X. Thank you for listening to our presentation, and this was Group 5.